Have you ever been in the situation that you wanted to buy a wine without spending too much and at the same time drink well? Well, personally I did many times, and I believe you too. In this video I'll show you 5 red wines from Italy under $25 that you'll love them. I'll give you all the insights behind in a very simple way, easy to understand. We will try to understand what is behind the label. We will check which are the producers. I'll give you the links where to find this wine in the description below, but in an easy way, funny to understand. Plus, in the end, there is for you some tips to where to find this wine, how to recognize in general this wine. So this is Michele Orbolato, a sommelier at your service. Let's start. Wine number 5, position number 5 I want to talk about is the Valpolicella Classico by Speri. So this wine is a red wine made from a blend of 3 grapes. Comes from the best area of the Valpolicella, where they also produce the Amarone and the famous Recioto of Valpolicella. And Speri is also the one that made me love the wine world when I started this career as a sommelier. So you can find this wine for an average of $18–20, and I will put the link in the description below of the website that you can source this wine, and also the link to the website that we are gonna go to see now. Let's jump into full screen now. Okay guys, so here there is the Speri website that I wanted to show. This beautiful producer that is one absolutely of my favorite in the Valpolicella. Probably is the one that made me love the wine with their Recioto, but today I want to talk about something else. Anyway, so they have these lovely vineyards in this valley behind Verona in the Valpolicella Classico, and so they produce this interesting wine. They are certified organic. Look at how beautiful is this grape. And so the wines I want to talk about is the Valpolicella, as I said, the Classico, the most fresh one, and this young immediately red, very nice, medium body red, made from Corvina, Rondinella and Molinara. It grows in their vineyards, and hand-picked, steamed and crushed immediately. Fermented takes place for 8 days more or less in temperature-controlled stainless steel tanks. So there is no barrel, no cask here, and so it's quite fruity-driven, medium body, not too heavy, and also the alcohol content is not high. Perfect in general, in my opinion, with all the pastas, all the risottos, and light meat like chicken, also maybe a little bit of pork. If you're having a barbecue, this is lovely. Even in the summer, it's beautiful, slightly chilled. So here is you see the Valpolicella Classico. These are their vineyards. And that is so basic. This is absolutely outstanding. I wanted to show you again here their video, and I hope you have the chance to really try all their range. But absolutely, this one has a very good level, very good value for money that you can find in the market right now. So the first wine I want to talk about now is the Corano from Sardinia. It is a red wine, super bold and punchy, high in alcohol. So if these the wines that you like, that's the wine for you. Corano means Grenache. So it is the indigenous name of the Grenache in Sardinia, especially in south part of Sardinia. So Corano is a very bold red wine. In this this case I found this wine, you can either find the 2019 and the 2018, and you can leave it there also for a few years. That's completely fine. So quite nice, with nice red berries, a little bit of spiciness, perfect with heavy food and winter times, I would say also. So I wanted to show you now also on the full screen the website. So let's jump in. Website that I'm going to show you now is Argiolas, as we have seen. So Argiolas is in Sardinia. I couldn't find their website in English, so I'm sorry about that. I wanted to show you their range, their wines, that is absolutely quite ample. And but the wine I'm talking about that you can find is the Costera, and this 100% Canonau or Grenache, that is basically our Grenache that grows in this calcareous clay soil, with a ruby red, with a little bit of granite hue, quite young still, but already with a little bit of structure and rounded. So you can leave it there for a few years without any problem. It is elevated in cask between 8 to 10 months, so there is a little bit of spiciness, and also it takes place the malolactic fermentation, that whenever is possible, I'm a fan of the malolactic, because it makes the wine more rounded, more elegant. Not always makes sense, but whenever it is possible, I'm a fan of these. So here they suggest rich dishes, pork, lamb. Also they suggest the pecorino sardo, that is this lovely hard cheese, very, very tasty and absolutely fantastic. So here is their valley, even here a beautiful place, much warmer than the Valpolicella that you have seen before. So this wine you can get it under $25 easily. Then I will put the links of the website that I took as a benchmark in the description below, so have a look. If you're enjoying the video and the content, please subscribe to the channel and give the like to the video and click the notification bell so you won't miss any new video coming out. So what is this channel about? So I'm talking about wine and spirits, with a greater focus on the wine world, and I want to show you the best wines that you can find in the world. So the most expensive, but also the most fair valued one, the good value one, where you can find still undiscovered gems and enjoy and how to appreciate at their best these fabulous products, these fabulous wines from our mother earth. So I hope you will find useful information and value in all my videos, and in the description below I also put some links that I believe can be useful if you just landed to this video. So the third wine I want to talk about comes from Montalcino and from the Brunello area, but it's not the Brunello, it is the Rosso di Montalcino, the so-called baby Brunello, because it is aged less and it is more approachable in the young age of their wine. So more fruity notes, more floral notes, less punchy than the Brunello, with the tannins that are a little bit softer, and more approachable therefore for a public that is want to have a wine as a daily wine, let's say. So I'm gonna show you now Ciacci Piccolomini, that is the wine that I selected, one of the top producers. And Ciacci Piccolomini you can find for $23 per bottle, and it is absolutely a great price for this kind of wine. So it depends also where you are, but however more or less average price $23. So let's jump into the website of the producer, because it is outstanding. So and here we are with the Ciacci Piccolo Mini d'Aragona with their Rosso di Montalcino, that is the baby Brunello, as I said. Beautiful wine. I just wanted to show you a few of the characteristics. 100% Sangiovese, aged in big Slavonian oak barrels, shorter period, shorter time than the Brunello. That's why it's called Brunello, and therefore we have more fruity notes and floral notes with a little bit of spicy hints. So a little bit more lighter than the Brunello, and therefore we can go with they say that it goes well with all the courses. They suggest also vegetable soup, cold cuts. They mean the charcuterie plates, for instance, ham and cheeses. It's beautiful. So but quite versatile wine, and very approachable in terms of price. The quality you get is absolutely outstanding. I wanted to show you a bit now the homepage. Here we can see the valley, as you can see, the soil, clay, gravels, and a bit of rocks as well. And here we are with the producer checking the vineyards. Here is it's a family business still. That is a beautiful thing. And see, the next generation is growing. Look of the valley, how beautiful it is. Look of this panorama. That is the Montalcino. You definitely have to go to visit Montalcino. The Chianti Classico are beautiful. And so this is basically Ciacci Piccolo Mini, and beautiful place to go. This is the estate, so I wanted to let you enjoy a little bit your eyes with this beautiful place. Wine number 2, Fattoria Le Pupille Morellino di Scansano Riserva, 2018 or 2017 or even 2016 you can find in the market right now. You can find this wine between $22 to $25, depends where you are, and it is a lovely wine that comes from south of Tuscany. A blend of mainly Sangiovese 90% plus a little bit of Cabernet Sauvignon. I personally love the blend of Sangiovese with the Bordeaux grapes because create this elegancy in the wine that give an extra mile to the Sangiovese. So Fattoria Le Pupille is in Maremma, so we are in the, as I said, in the south part of Tuscany, and Sangiovese can ripe a little bit better. We have a full ripeness, so it's a little bit more fruity and a little bit less tangy. So I personally love this Morellino di Scansano. Let's jump into the website of the producer, so we're gonna see a little bit more details. So, and here we are with the Fattoria Le Pupille, their technical sheet that I wanted to show you, and this is the Morellino di Scansano Riserva. I want to highlight this. So 90% Sangiovese with 10% Cabernet Sauvignon, and it is a blend absolutely outstanding. So the acidity of the Sangiovese with the more elegance and with a bit of pyrazine from the Cabernet Sauvignon make this blend absolutely outstanding. Higher in alcohol, as you can see, 14.5%, and so the soil, clay, iron-based soil with good presence of gravel, perfect for Cab and Sangiovese, and so aged for 15 months in big barrels, Savonia oak, so nice aging. The Riserva requires a longer time on barrels, so we have more spiciness, more, the tannins are basically smoother, and so this is a great expression of the ripe Sangiovese with sense of marasca, sherry, aromatic hints that recalls the Mediterranean brushwood. Elegant and silky, this is absolutely true. Medium to full body, fresh but fully ready with lovely ripe tannins. So that is the most important thing. So here the Sangiovese develops differently compared to the other part of Tuscany because we are in the south part, so they are able to ripe perfectly the Sangiovese. And Riserva means, as I said, that it is aged for longer, but also the quality of the grapes used for the Riserva has to be absolutely perfect. Okay, so when you see Riserva in Italian wine or in general, means that also there is a better, careful selection of the grapes. Here The website, so the website, nice valley. Here they took the pictures in autumn, beautiful. Even here hills with the great exposition, using the exposition of southwest, and we are close to the Tyrrhenic Sea, so there is also the mitigation and the breezes from the Tyrrhenian Sea. Beautiful place as well. Who is in position number one? Which one is it the best Italian red wine that you can find at a good value, at a fair price? Amativo from Puglia, produced by Canteli. So this wine is a quite unique wine, and it is made with a blend of Negro Amaro and Primitivo or Zinfandel. They are the same thing, blended together. So you have this blend of Negro Amaro that gives more earthiness, a little bit more bitterness and structure, blended together with Primitivo, that is the wine that gives you a little bit more fruitiness, a little bit of more floral noise and jamminess. So this blend together is absolutely outstanding. I have to give the merit to my colleague that they found this wine a few years ago, and I was positively surprised. And so Puglia, we are in the south part of Italy, grows in these lovely vineyards that are not too far from two seas. We have the Adriatic Sea and the Ionic Sea. Beautiful, beautiful area that you should visit. So let's jump in the website of the producer because it's amazing, and let's see a little bit more behind what is behind this label. And here we are with the Canteli website, the one that in my opinion was the most surprising one and the unique one. Canteli is a beautiful estate in Puglia, and they started to be quite innovative with this product, with the Amativo. Beautiful selection. Look at the estate here. The area here is different. We are in a much flatter land, much warmer areas, close to the sea, the Adriatic Sea and the Ionic Sea. So, but anyway, beautiful, beautiful Canteli. And I wanted to show you the Amativo. That is the revelation, in my opinion, of this year, and that I need to give the credit to my colleagues that they found this wine. And so Amativo, as they say, is being called Amativo because Ama comes from Negro Amaro and the Tivo comes from Primitivo. So the union, the joint venture, let's call it like this, of these two grapes is absolutely fantastic. An international style wine created by blending two native grapes from Puglia. The flavor profile of this cuvée gets its earthiness from the Negro Amaro and also bitterness, and its rich fruit character from the Primitivo instead. So this blend is absolutely beautiful. While the Negro Amaro imparts freshness and just the right amount of tannic structure, the Primitivo gives the wine balance through its rich red fruit flavor. And when I give this wine to my customers and guests, they are over their expectation because for the price. I see this one as the most now representative of this value of this topic of this video. You can get this wine absolutely outstanding quite easily. So I hope you have the chance to try it. So I wanted to give you now some tips to how to recognize some of the, generally speaking, how to recognize some good value Italian red wine. So I do normally avoid to buy the latest vintage out because usually it is a little bit too young, so the wine didn't settle down yet perfectly. I usually wait 1 or 2 years from the latest vintage out, but not always, generally speaking. Plus, I try always to look for the OCG label. It is the ranking system level of Italy, like AOC in France, that gives a little bit more comfort, security to find high quality wines. This is true either for the red and that for the white. And then if it is possible, Riserva. So Riserva also gives you an indication of higher quality grapes, longer maturation times, and so these give you an indication of quality. So these are some tips, generally speaking, to how to source good Italian red wines. And so let's do a final recap. So we have seen to start the Valpolicella Classico by Speri, this lovely medium body red, also low in alcohol, that goes well even in the summer, for instance. Then we have seen the Argiolas, Canonau, Grenache, a very bold, rich in alcohol red wine from Sardinia, perfect with pork, meat in general, heavy meat, and winter times. So if you are a fan of these kind of wines, that is the wine for you. Then in position number 3 we have seen the Rosso di Montalcino from Montalcino, the so-called Baby Brunella, more approachable Sangiovese from Montalcino, perfect as a daily red wine. And then we have seen in position number 2 the Morellino di Scansano by Fattoria Le Pupille, another Sangiovese, always from Tuscany, but from the south part of Tuscany, that behaves a little bit differently from the one from Montalcino and Chianti. Very, very nice, very, very elegant, bold as well, and perfect with the meat, lamb in general, and winter times too. And then the surprise position number 1, this unique blend of Negro Amaro and Primitivo from Puglia, the Amativo wine. Very, very nice, very, very lovely, and you should look for this wine absolutely. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found useful information and value out of it. So if you like the video, give the like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.